Hey y'all, welcome to this week's Table Talk with your host Diamond and Silk.
Yes.
Silk, oh my God, it has been like a crazy week this week.
Oh,
it has been a
some
crazy,
stuff
some stuff has jumped off.
Yes.
Some stuff that has jumped off since we last talked to you all. And it looked like that the people of Colorado,
apparently they did not have a primary.
That's right.
Meaning, the voters' votes were suppressed.
That's right. The voters' votes were suppressed. That's
yes,
right.
the voters was, and they did not allow them to vote. And what they did is they had their few people
right
to pick who they wanted to be the delegate holders.
Yes, they did.
And I found out also that you have another state, Wyoming. They're up next, and I am being told that they will have no primaries or caucus votes. Instead, the Republican voters, there will be represented by county delegates at a convention. They're having a convention there.
And they just going to do
Wyoming.
like Colorado.
They will select the statewide delegates who will represent Wyoming at the Republican National Convention in June. So they're going to be the ones. They got their group of people who are going to be the one to say, this is who we want
to select for the delegates. So they're doing the same thing as Colorado.
They're doing the same
and
thing.
I also
as
heard Nebraska was doing the same thing too.
Exactly.
I don't know how true that one is.
Right.
All right, you all. Wyoming, Nebraska, take a look. There's something going on. So it looks like they're going to not let the people vote.
Exactly.
So they're going to do the same thing as Colorado. They're going to suppress the voters, not disenfranchise the voters.
Right.
Not let you all vote in Wyoming or Nebraska.
That's right.
And they're going to do the same thing as what they did in Colorado to you all.
Exactly.
So it's up to you all to contact the GOP of your state.
Yes.
Even contact the chairman of the GOP. This is the little tricks that they play.
What has happened, Diamond, is this. The American people have been asleep for so long.
Yes.
That these people have been doing this for so long and have pulled this sheet over our eyes to the fact where we never saw this before.
Right.
And now that we're in this political process and we're starting to understand the process, now people are awakening to it and saying, wait a minute.
Right.
Because a lot of times in the primaries, you don't get to really see. A lot of people really don't vote in the primaries.
A lot of people don't. And that's why when we started the ditch and switch, first of all, you all, we knew it was going to be trickery.
Yes.
We knew it. We saw it back in August. How the GOP and the establishment was doing Donald Trump. We knew we were going to see trickery. We just didn't know what type of trickery, but we knew it. That's why we started ditch and switch now. That's why we kept telling you it's imperative that you get out and you vote in the primaries. So what it seemed like they're doing, since so many people are showing up for the primaries, okay, let's suppress them and disenfranchise them even more. We won't hold a primary.
Right.
What we'll do is we'll hold something like a delegate where this here be voted on based on the delegates. So that means somebody is going to be selected instead of we the people elected.
That's right.
Okay.
And they started putting a lot of stuff in place because, when Donald Trump announced his candidacy, it's like he shot straight to number one real fast.
He surely did.
Number one.
Well, honey, when you tell somebody they're going to secure that border and bring back jobs and unite this country, that's what we want. That's why he leading.
That's right. And so what happened is a lot of the people that was in the elite, they took and started putting their little shenanigans in place. And putting little rules in place. And so now you get to see the results of the stuff that they were planning and have been planning. You get to see the results of that. But what they didn't bet on was us, the American people, awakening up. Now, let me say one thing. Shame on us. Shame on us as the American people for being asleep this long
and not realizing
being part of the process.
Well, a lot of times we don't get involved in the process. Look at us.
Yes.
We wouldn't listen. We have never in the history of our life since we've been born been thrust into this political world where we are like, no, we are speaking out about it. It has never been like this.
What has happened is a lot of the different rules have been implemented that it's been so freaking complicated that it really makes you not want to get involved.
But then somebody like Donald Trump come along and say, listen, this is what's happened. That's why we love him.
Yes.
He makes it plain. Right division, make it plain. He makes it plain where you can understand this here.
It's simple.
It's so simple.
It's not calculus.
And when he say you all that the system is corrupt, he is telling the truth.
It's rigged.
And guess what?
What?
Come on in, y'all.
Come on.
The political streets are talking.
They're talking.
Again. And I'm going to tell you who they talking about.
Who they talking about?
Reince Previous. I hope I'm saying his name. The head of the RNC, the chairman of the RNC.
Yes.
They are talking about him. And listen, what I told y'all the streets was talking before. Some stuff came out. I'm telling you, the political streets are talking.
Yes.
You cannot disenfranchise voters. You cannot take and weigh in the process and try to sway different committees to vote a certain way.
Vote for your guy.
I vote for Ted Cruz or whoever. You're supposed to remain mutual because you are the chairman. You are the chairman of the party. And your job, it was on CNN with Michael Cohen. I call him Cohen. But it's Cohen.
Okay.
But with Michael Cohen. We'll say Michael Cohen. Yeah, and he was saying, Rent's job is to unite the party.
Right.
He's supposed to be uniting us, but we are so divided.
Right.
And then y'all, Donald Trump unite, but he's already united. Y'all need to get behind him. You're the one dividing your own self.
But see, Diamond, when you really look at it, they say that, Donald Trump is supposed to unite the party. But Donald Trump is not spending millions and millions of dollars
to divide. That's right, to divide. That's right.
He's not got putting implements all of these tactics in place, talking about never Trump and
or the Stop Trump movement
or MoveOn.org.
Yes, with that MoveOn.org. Now that's with George Soros. That's who that's from.
Look,
but it's y'all. Listen, y'all. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Even though it's from him, it would surprise me if they wasn't
all in on it
together.
Yeah, because it's like when the story is changing, then all of this other kind of foolishness start coming out.
They want to keep it like that,
like the nastiness, like the nastiness. You all, and I always say this here: the reason why they don't want our man to get in, first of all, he gonna be able to whoop Hillary's ass.
He
gonna whoop her. He gonna beat her.
He gonna beat her.
He gonna beat her.
Yeah.
He'll be able to beat her hands down. But the second thing is he's going to change the system and all of this corruption and the things that keeps us just moving along like a snail. Never being able to really move.
Right.
He's going to change that where this system is going to work.
Exactly.
And it's going to work correctly.
Yes.
And what I want people to understand is without order, there will be chaos. If you don't have order, you're going to have chaos.
Yes.
And all he's doing is he's going to come in and organize this correctly where it works so it won't be chaos. Look at what's going on now. This is chaos. Right. You mean to tell me the people in Colorado, the people in Wyoming, the people in Nebraska, you mean they can't go vote because y'all done put some foolishness in place just to stop the front runner?
Yep.
You already got somebody that's leading, and he have more delegates, have brought more people into the party. And you mean you gonna disenfranchise the voters of Colorado, Wyoming, and Nebraska? And I don't give a damn about you saying, we've already had this in place. Why would you have a crooked rule system like this? This is crooked because this is supposed to be about we the people.
And keep in mind that I understand that we're all one race, and that's the human race. But when you suppress the black votes, you're violating their civil rights.
So then what you're doing is so that means that when you suppress all votes, and if you don't give people the opportunity to vote, you suppress their votes. So as far as I'm concerned, you suppress everybody's civil rights.
And you're violating
everybody's civil rights.
That's right.
By putting these type of rules in place to disenfranchise voters.
And when you look at it, you know how Donald Trump said, even down to the banking system is rigged. It's so many different things that is rigged, you all. But we have been asleep for so long that we have not seen it. Now that we are awakening, oh my God.
Oh, it's a great day.
It's going to be some people bravely trained that's about to stop.
Yeah. But it needs to.
Yes.
Because the system is not working for everybody.
That's right.
That's why you have people on both sides rising up.
Yes.
But I only see one man that can fix
Only
it,
one.
baby. And that's Donald J. Trump.
That's right.
Bring in the businessman.
Yes.
And let him fix it. He the only one have the master plan that can make America great again.
That's right.